Yeah, called Loyum Yahweh, Basham, Yahweh Shai, Basham, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, who will well. Salutations to the Akim and the four winds preaching truth and sincerity, the hopeful elect, the elect, Shalom, to the Israelite foreigners whose phenotype may look like another nation, but bloodline goes back to Israel and have come back to the fold. Shalom to the sister Akwaf, listen in silence. Shalom. All right, this your brother Ram Yahweh up with the lesson, and I was listening to this lesson by Elder Malcolmuth, right? Elder Bishop Malcolmuth, right? And so and I just happened to scroll down on his kind of look through his thing, some brothers was, saying good lesson, and some brothers, you know, gave some scriptures, and I think I was one sister too. Yes, the water, yes, sister. But I noticed this Edomite right here, right? First thing smoking is this Edomite talking about Jesus, when we know the letter J is only 400 to 500 years old, right? Was born in Bethlehem and wasn't black. This video is very bad. This video is so bad it's funny, right? But only an Edomite will speak like that, or a fool, because maybe he's not an Edomite, right? He's just a fool, right? And then people go into that, you're not supposed to call nobody no fool. Look, the Lord called a fool that's a fool can be called a fool, right? You mean you're just ignorant. You don't know. You don't know what you're going. You don't know what you're saying. It's a foolish thing to speak against the men of the Lord. But I'm gonna go into this real quick. Yeah. So, it made me think, because I'm like, whoever this person is, they don't even understand what Bethlehem mean, or the general people that Bethlehem is even dealing with, right? So, I'm gonna just go here first. So Micah 5, right? Because you're talking about Jesus, right? When the letter J didn't exist, right? But let's go into the prophecy of him being born in what they call so-called Bethlehem, right? Ba'ath Laham. It's Ba'ath Laham, right? So here it is. Says one Micah 5:1. Now gather thyself in troops, O daughter of troops. He have laid siege against us. They shall smite the judge of Israel, right? Which is prophesied about, oh, going into Job 9 and 24. They covered the face of the judges, right, thereof. If not, where, who is he, right? The greatest judge is Yahweh Shai. So it shall smite the judge. The judge is Yahweh Shai, who they're going to smite, which is basically means kill, right? Matter of fact, let's go into that word smite. Since we're here, since it came up to Salakia. Oh, right here.
Strong's H 5221. Nacha. Nacha.
Naha. Right? To strike, smite, hit, beat, slay, kill. Right? So they're going to kill the judge, which is Yahweh Shai. So this is a prophecy leading into the Lord that he was going to be killed for the nation of Israel, because it tells you that. But smite the judge of Israel with the rod upon the cheek, right? Right, and was it Rome or the Greco-Roman Empire or the Roman Greco Empire, however you want to say it, but it was the Romans, which are Edomites, which most even scholars will say that they were Edomites. They killed Yahweh Shai, right? Who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. But thus Bethlehem or Ba'athlehem, right? Ethra, though thus be little among the sands of Judah, right? Amongst the people, amongst Judah, yet out of thee shall he come forth unto me, that is to be ruler in Israel, right? He's going to be the ruler of Israel. So he's going to be killed, but he's also going to be ruler, right? In the second coming of Hamashiach, not Christ, Hamashiach, he's going to be ruler, whose going forth have been from of old, from everlasting, right? So it's basically, this is saying that he's going to be born, he's going to come from Bethlehem, right? Therefore will he give them up until the time she which travaileth and beareth forth, then the remnant of his brethren shall return unto the children of Israel, right? And that's where we're at now. Well, even then too, when you deal with the disciples who became apostles, but we're in that formation even also now, that we're becoming back into children of Israel, right? Because the Lord has basically turned his face away from us, right? But let's go into this, because this guy don't even know what Bethlehem mean, right? So Ba'athlehem, let's see, Salakia. Okay, Ba'athlehem.
Strong's H 1035. Bethlehem. Bethlehem.
All right, which that's that modern, because there's no e's, so it's Ba'athlehem. Right? So it says house of bread, food, a city in Judah, birthplace of David. So who's David's son? Is Solomon David's son? Solomon is David's son, right? So this is the birthplace of David. So this goes into the city of David, right? The city of Judah, so also called the city of David, right? Right? Look, Ba'ath Laham Judah, right? So this is where the Jews are at, right? Because there's 12 tribes, and they all got their pieces of the land. So this is Song of Solomon, chapter 1, verse 1. The Song of Solomon, which is Solomon, right? For because people try to get simple and say this is a woman speaking. No, this is Solomon, right? Speaking. So I'm just skip down here. I mean, you can go read the whole thing yourself. It says, I am black but comely, right? O ye daughters of Jerusalem, as the tents of Kedar, as the curtains of Solomon, right? So let's go ahead and tap into that. So he said, I'm black, right? Was Shakanar or Shakar, like you guys say Tupac Shakur. Shakur basically means black, right? See how they say it.
Strong's H 7838, Shachor, Shachor, and second entry, Shachor, Shachor.
Yeah, basically black. Let's see if we can do something. Right? To be black of skin. So he's saying he has black skin. Right? So, but ignorance of the letter J, for one, never existed. And you're ignorant that he's not black. Right? Because Solomon is out of David's loins. Right? Which would be Ba'ath Laham Judah, is where he would stem from that thing coming from David, from Solomon, right? Because Hawashai, his real name, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, comes from the loins of David. He's the seed line of David, right? Which means Joseph had sex with Mary, which you don't even have enough sense to even understand that. Because in order for to be part of that lineage, you have to come from the seed of your father, right? So, let's just skip down right here. So as the tents of Kedar, which further proves that he was saying that he's this a Kedar, dark son of a son of Ishmael, the descendant of Kedar, right? It's one meaning, but it also means dark skin. But it also means, if you come down right here, black skin, black-skinned. Let me tap that so you can. A black-skinned man. Kedar or Quadar, as it says up there. Quadar, right? So Solomon says that he's a dark-skinned man. Okay, yeah. So this is Jeremiah chapter 14 and 1. The word of Yahweh came to Jeremiah concerning the dearth, right? And it says, Judah mourneth at the gates thereof languish. They are black, right, unto the ground, and the cries of Jerusalem go up, right? So, we understand that mean that the Jews are black, right? The different melanins of brown, right? Right? Because the ground is different shades of brown, right? From a real light, brown all the way to a dark brown, to the darker the soil, right? Which is still a derivative of brown, but it's just you normally refer to it as black, right? It says and their nobles have sent their little ones to the water, that to the water they came to the pit, right? Like basically like the well, and found no water. They returned with their vessels empty. They were ashamed and confounded, and covered their heads, right? Because dirt basically means to drought, right? So they're going through this drought, right? They want to build up this wall. They want to basically gather up Israel so they can move back into the land of Israel, right? To repopulate it. But there's this this dearth, right? There's this drought because the ground is chapped, for there was no rain in the earth, right? So when it rained, the rain goes down into the earth, and normally you dig down till you find water, and then when you find this water, you make it a well. You know what I mean? Right? Because even the woman at the woman at the well, right? The lady at the well, she was saying, "What? This is the well that Jacob, our father, hath created," right? Though she was not really actually from Israel, she was placed in that land during the time of the Assyrians, right? There was a lot of heathens that lived in that land, and that land were which was Ephraim. Ephraim used to live in that area, where the northern kingdom lived at, Samaria, right? But this one we're talking about Judah, or we're talking about Bethlehem, Judah, or Ba'athlehem, Judah, right? Because the ground is chapped, for there is no rain in the earth. The plowmen were ashamed. They covered their head. Yea, they hide also the clod in the earth in the field, and forsook it. because there is no grass, right? So they're trying to build up this, the wall. They're trying to repopulate Israel again. And let's go back to this Jeremiah 14:2, right? To get a little bit better understanding. Right, so when you go right here, Qudash, which we already seen, Qudash means a dark-skinned man or a black man, right? But here they try to change it. It just means to mourn, to be darkened, right? To mourn, to be darkened, which we already know, blackish, right? So even though they try to so-called change it up, though we know what Qudash means, right? So now they try to change it, but let's just see right here. Salakia. Do it again. Okay, come. Now I hit. Okay, look what they try to do. It says to be of a dirty, blackish color. Oh wait, this one was a hence to go into filthy garments, right? As mourners, right? So, of course, the Lord talks about wearing sackcloth, right? But watch this, because not to say they didn't wear sackcloth, but watch this. To be of a dirty, blackish color, as of a sun burnt skin. So we know that a so-called self-proclaimed white man who called himself Jewish, in the sun, his skin will never be burnt. It will never turn blackish in color and be burnt from the sun and turn blackish. We know that will never happen to the self-proclaimed so-called white man that call himself Jewish, right? And the Ethiopians, we can't even mention that because they're Hamites. You can't be Ethiopian and be a Jew. That doesn't make sense, right? Maybe one or two of them are, or a few of them are. There might be a small remnant that's actually Israel, but that's not because they're Ethiopian. It's because they're Israelites who are called Ethiopians, because Ethiopians have always, they have existed as a people for quite some time, way before Israel had really established to even have to be having a nation, So, because what Israel became a nation, it tells you in the scriptures, Israel became a nation in Egypt. And the Ethiopians existed before we became a nation in Egypt. So Ethiopians cannot be Israelites, But yeah. So when we talk about filthy garments, your garments don't get darker because of the sun. Your garments may become it may lose its color because of the sun, but it doesn't become darker or blackish, right? Because even if you had a dark garment, because I've had that before, where because of your sweat and the heat and all sorts of things, the the black actually becomes more like a brown and not a blackish. You know what I mean? But to get darker, we're talking about your skin, right? So the Israelites' skin became darker, or Quadash, which means black skin or black men, which we know. Obviously, it's not a funny thing because the Israelites happen to be black people. So it's not quite so funny. You know what I mean? Misled Edomite or just ignorant person that you are. It's funny. Yeah, this is Exodus chapter 1, verse 1. Now these are the names of the children of Israel which came into Egypt. Every man and his household came with, was it Jacob, which is actually Yaquab, right? Because the letter J is only 400 to 500 years old, right? Reuben, Simeon, Levi, and Judah, Issachar, Zebulun, and Benjamin, Dan, Naphtali, Gad, and Asher, and all the souls that came out of the loins. Oh wait, all the souls. You know what I'm saying? There's no Egyptians. There's no Ethiopians, right? There's no Jewish. All the souls that came out of Jacob, out of the loins of Jacob, were 70 souls. For Joseph was in Egypt already. Yeah, so this is Amos chapter 9, verse 7. Are ye not as children of Ethiopian unto me? Right? Because the Ethiopians already existed, like I was saying. But being this guy saying it's so funny, ain't the Ethiopians supposed to be Jewish? So if you're reading that they're black and Ethiopia means a black face, what will make it so funny that who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ is a black man? See, the thing that is funny is you don't even believe in the lie that you're told, that the Ethiopians are so-called Jewish. You don't believe that, right? Because Ethiopia, matter of fact, because I wasn't even going to go into this, but I mean, while we're here, let's see. What do Ethiopian mean? Because, we're constantly told that the Ethiopians are Jewish, right? Was it their blackness? Cushioning, or Kushai, or Kushin, their blackness. So the Ethiopians are black. So why would it be such a far-fetched thing that who the world even calls Jesus Christ is a black man, if the Jewish people are Ethiopians also. I mean, you people don't even believe in your own lie, and you don't even follow your own lie, right? Let's see what it. Let's go to Cush, black, right? Which is going into Ethiopians. They're black. See, the son of Ham, the grandson of Noah. You know what I mean? Southernmost people located in Africa. Those, you know what I mean? What they call so-called Africa, because it's really the land of Ham, right? So we know that those people, those Ethiopians, can't be the people either. But it's so far that Ethiopian means black. What was that other one? Because there's one that's even. Let's see if I can find it. Yeah. Cushites, yep. Descendants of Cush. Yeah. We knew that. And there's another one too. But basically, they're Hamites. Just to get to the point, they're Hamites, so they can't be Israelites, right? Right? I guess you could be Jewish all day, and then it's still such a far-fetched thing for who the world calls Jesus Christ to be black. Doesn't make sense. So the dude is such a fool himself, and that's the hilarious thing. That's such a bad statement. That's hilarious. That's funny, right? Oh, ye children of Israel, right? So the Lord said He likened, right? Are ye not as the children? So a likeness of the Ethiopians. Are ye not as the Ethiopians unto me? Which is like a likeness. O children of Israel, saith Yahweh, have not I brought up? Oh wait, have I not brought up Israel out of the land of Egypt, which is another dark nation, right? Because the Egyptians are national, or they're dark. They're a dark nation. You know what I'm saying? What is it? The Sudanese people are really the Egyptians, right? And the Philistines, which is another dark nation, and Captora, which is another dark nation from Captora, where dark nations are from, and the Syrians, right, which is another dark nation with dark people, right, which is like the Babylonians from Kar, right, which is an area where dark nations are from. So it's such a far-fetched thing, and it's so funny. He's this a bumbling idiot. Well, call Layim Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai Bashem Rakal Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Salutations to the Akim and the Four Winds, preaching truth and sincerity, risking their lives more now than ever. Right, the hopeful elect, the elect Shalom. Right, to the Israelite foreigners who phenotype may look like another nation, but bloodline goes back to Israel. Right, because there's there are people called Ethiopians that their bloodline does go back to Israel, but it wouldn't be the entire nation. It'd be a very few and a very few compared to the entire nation. A very small remnant, just like there would be a small remnant amongst different Edomite cultures, right? But the Lord sent the bulk of the Israelites to America in captivity, right? A great share of the Israelites are here in America in captivity waiting for delivery, right? So for them ICBM missiles to hit. So call Allah Yahweh Basham al-Shai, like I'm saying. Basham Rakal Kadash, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Salutations to the Acumen of Four Winds, preaching truth and sincerity, risking their lives more now than ever. To the Israelite foreigners whose phenotype may look like another nation, but bloodline goes back to Israel and have came back and repent and come back to the fold. Shalom to the sister Akwaf, listening in silence, and death to America.